Hello everyone. Today we will be starting with the much awaited series of Selenium with Python. What is Selenium? Often when people hear the terminology Selenium, they are not aware of many features inside it which are very important for automation tester to understand. So today my series is intended to uncover all the hidden factors. If you're a beginner and you have no idea about Selenium, this is the best series for you. If you're already automation testers, so there are a lot of features which will dig deeper and understand better. So stick to it and keep on practicing. What is Selenium? Selenium is open source automation framework designed to interact with web application. Selenium is free of cost tool. This is the best thing about Selenium. That's why most of the companies are using it. It's free of cost, no license fees, whereas most of its competitors are charging heavy fees for their tools. That's why inclination of the companies is more towards Selenium. It is automation framework designed to interact with web application. This is important for you to understand, guys, that Selenium interacts or automates only web-based applications, not Windows-based applications. In one of the interviews, I asked candidate that if I want to automate this Windows-based application with the help of Selenium, how I can do so? So that candidate started telling me the script about Selenium. Not possible. With the help of Selenium, you can automate only web-based applications, not Windows-based applications. What is difference between Windows-based application and web-based applications? Very simple. Windows-based applications are those applications which doesn't require internet connection, whereas web-based applications are those applications which requires internet connection to run. One of the very common examples to understand it better is MS Office. If you install MS Office on your laptop, it's a Windows-based application because it is installed on your laptop anytime, anywhere you can open and work on it. Whereas if you're working on online MS Office, then always you want to open any file, any sheet, you need internet connection. You need to be connected to internet, then you can access MS Office. So that's the difference in Windows-based applications and web-based applications. So with the help of Selenium, you can automate only web-based applications. Please understand that from interview point of view, this is very important. Next point is it is open source, cross-platform, and multi-browser support is there. Open source, we already understood, it is free of cost. Cross-platform means you can run Selenium on any operating system, be it Windows, Linux, Mac, it can be used on any of the operating system. It also offers multiple browser support. This is also a very good feature about Selenium. We understand it's a web-based automation tool. So of course for web-based browsers are required, right? How you will open any website? You have to open a browser. Then in browser, you write the URL and open any website. So indirectly, we are automating browsers only. If we are automating any web-based application, we are automating browsers. So Selenium is independent of the browsers. That means it can run on any browser, be it Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, IDE, that is Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, any of the browsers it can work on. Mostly people think Selenium is just one tool. So whenever people read it in the job posting, they're asking, okay, they're asking for Selenium. But Selenium what? Selenium is not just one tool. Selenium is a suite of different tools. It is suite of tools designed for different needs. What are those tools which are in Selenium? Let's understand that better by visiting official website of Selenium. So this is official website of Selenium. See the definition written here is Selenium automates browser, that's it. I've never seen that simple definition and yet very clear definition about Selenium. It just automate browsers and that's it. What you do with that power is entirely up to you. So how you manipulate or play around it, that power is entirely up to you and your programming. Now, when we talk about Selenium, as I've told you, Selenium consists of three tools inside it. Selenium WebDriver, IDE, Grid. Selenium WebDriver is most used and most powerful tool inside the Selenium suite. And whenever you see in job descriptions, they are mostly asking about Selenium WebDriver. What is Selenium WebDriver? It is totally programming. That means if you are automating browser with the help of programming and code, that's Selenium WebDriver. But if you are automating browser with record and play feature, then it is Selenium IDE. So look at the icon here. As the icon suggests, we are simply recording the interactions with the browsers and then playing it back. So it's just record and play. Usually, Selenium IDE is used by the companies which are new to automation and have no idea about scripts, programming languages, then they go for Selenium IDE. ID also helps us to find out the element locators. What is element locators? I know we have not discussed it yet. We'll discuss it in the next video. So just remember for a time being that it is to identify the element locators also. All right. So this is record and play. Now talking about Selenium Grid, as the icon says, one to many. So it is actually for distributing test cases on several machines and managing multiple environments from central point. So if I want to distribute test cases of Selenium WebDriver and want parallel execution of those test cases, we can use Selenium Grid. Otherwise, if I'm running all the test cases on Selenium WebDriver, it may take a lot of time to get executed. So in order to save that time, I can parallelly distribute the test cases over the Selenium Grid and we can run those test cases parallelly. So these are the three tools we have in Selenium Grid. And as we discussed, the most powerful tool out of these three is Selenium WebDriver. So this series will revolve around Selenium WebDriver only, and we'll learn how to automate Selenium WebDriver with the help of language Python. So before getting into the Selenium WebDriver practical implementation, we must understand what is Selenium WebDriver's architect, how Selenium WebDriver actually interacts with browsers. So let's understand with the help of one diagram. So here we go. So these are the four factors we have: Selenium client libraries, JSON wire protocol, browser drivers, and real browsers. This is how interactions takes place. So first of all, when I'm talking about client libraries, that means any language in which you are writing the code to automate the browser is Selenium client library. Guys, when you use Python, Java, PHP, any language to automate Selenium WebDriver, actually you're using the classes or libraries to automate the browser. These are already created classes in the language. You are not supposed to create anything. The classes are already created in different languages and you are just supposed to use those classes to automate the browsers. Also remember one point, Selenium is language independent too. That means it's not like you can automate Selenium WebDriver just with Python or Java or PHP. You can use any language. C Sharp .NET is there, Ruby is there. There are lots of languages which you can use to automate the browsers with the help of Selenium. We are using Python in this series. So we will be using all the client libraries of Python to automate. So whenever we write any code in the language, this code will go to JSON wire protocol. Now JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So JavaScript Object Notation, it is just to transfer the information from client to server over the web. So we need a protocol to transfer the information from client to server. So that protocol is JSON wire protocol. Now you cannot directly, so JSON wire protocol cannot directly talk to the browsers. In order to do so, we need a interface, we need a drivers, third-party drivers to talk to browsers. For example, if I want to talk to Chrome, then I need Chrome driver. If I want to talk to Firefox, I need Firefox driver. So we need drivers to talk to the browsers, and that's why JSON wire protocol will talk to browsers drivers and which in return will talk to the browser and will automate the browsers. So this is a simple architecture of Selenium WebDriver and this is how the interactions will happen. This is important for you to understand because when we'll practically implement it, it will help you to understand the concept better. So guys, that's all about the introduction of the Selenium. In our next video, we'll understand how we do the practical implementation and automate the browsers with the help of some examples. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.